What is up, guys, and welcome back to BPM, where I am chilling in our brand new iron farm, which, by the way, has been producing insane amounts of iron and red dye, but who cares about that? It's all about the iron, baby. And take a look. Not only have I finished the ceiling up here, I have also added an item system to take all of the items from down there, bring them up here, and sort them. And it was actually pretty easy. Now, last episode I actually mentioned that I was going to use a dropper elevator, which, if anybody heard that, was probably thinking, what? Why? Why? Water exists, bro. And, yeah, I don't know why. So I changed it to water, because water is way easier. And, I actually remember when you couldn't do that. And, man, let me tell you what. Water streams are nice. This is the water stream right here. Basically, it just, it takes all the items from down there, it shoots them into a bubble elevator up here, brings them over here, and then we just have a super simple, hopper sorting system right here that, oh, no, don't do that, that takes the items. You know, you guys have probably seen this. If you guys have played any sort of technical Minecraft, you've probably come across one of these item sorters. And that's what I got here, and then it just goes into the chest. Simple as that. So, that officially completes our iron farm. It was basically done last episode, but now I have completely completed it. You know, we've got the ceiling here, we've got the item sorter, I can come in through these doors, and I can grab whatever I need, whenever I want iron or red dye. But that is obviously not the end of this project, because what I want to do is build a building up here to kind of mark it. Now, I don't need to, right? I could just cover this up with dirt, add a little staircase down, and voila, it's hidden. But that's not what I want to do. I think I want to build like a blacksmith up here on top, kind of in theme with a iron farm. You know, we could have the smelting area. We could have a bunch of like iron tools and armors hanging around. I think it would look pretty cool. So that's the plan, but I'm not going to do that today because I have some other plans for today. Now, if you guys remember, I think it was either last episode or maybe 2 episodes ago, I mentioned this. And I said, hey, look, our villager hall is right here. And it sticks out straight into this little area. And I said I had some plans for it. Now, I think today is when I'm going to start realizing said plans. Today's main project has to do with this valley here. Now, what I want to do is I want to get rid of these houses. I want to terraform the walls so it looks a little better. And I want to have a river flowing through this valley. That way it kind of splits the nicer side of town from the not as nice side of town. Honestly, that was my initial plan. I don't even know if this side's gonna look less nice, because this building's nice, and if I have a blacksmith here and stuff over there, it might just be nice side, to be honest. But either way, I still want to have a river running through here. I think it would look a lot better than just having this weird town well thing going on. This doesn't look good. I think if I had a river with maybe a bit of like a waterfall here coming down and then flowing out into this bay, I think that would look nice. So that is the main plan for today, is to terraform this into a nicer valley with a river. But that's not what I want to do right now. No. What I want to do now has more to do with this. So it's been a while since I was last in the nether, but we're back today. And if you take a look at my inventory, you might be able to guess what I want to do. So here I am down at the bottom of the nether. And if you've never seen this strategy before, well, I don't even know if I'm doing it right because I've never done it myself. But what I want to do today is upgrade from this measly diamond gear to netherite, the ultimate gear in Minecraft. Now, what I used to do to get netherite was just mine around. You know, I wouldn't even mine in a straight line. I'd just kind of go back and forth and around, and you know, that works. But I've heard tale of a much more efficient strategy without the need of all of that gunpowder and sand. All you need is a bit of wood and a couple of sheep. So that is what I'm going to try today. Now, I have blast protection on my pants, So hopefully we should be okay, and look at that, we didn't even take any damage at all. And just like that, we have a big old hole. Now, I see no netherite, but that's basically the, that's the idea, right? You do that, you come in here, you check for netherite. If you see some, great. If you don't, you move on to the next hole. And so, let's get to blasting, shall we? Well, that was fun. How many ancient debris do you guys think I got from one full inventory, basically, full of beds, huh? Well, drum roll. 5. I got 5 ancient debris. So, you know, not quite as much as I was hoping for, but on the plus side, wool's pretty easy to get. So, all I really gotta do is shear up some more sheep, and bam! I can get another 5, and then another 5, and then another 5. And before you know it, I'll have a full set of netherite gear. Now, in case you guys don't know how this stuff works, it takes 4 ancient debris to make a single netherite ingot, and then that netherite ingot can be used to upgrade a piece of armor, or a tool, or a sword, anything like that. So, basically, if I want to upgrade everything, I'm gonna need a lot of this stuff. A lot of this stuff indeed. In fact, over half a stack to be precise. So, I'm definitely gonna need to go back. Because currently I only have enough to upgrade 1 piece of armor, or 1 tool, or my sword perhaps. I don't even know what I want to start with, but that's not gonna cut it. So, how about we craft up some more beds and head back into the nether? Well, guys, I have done it. Honestly, that didn't take that long. The bed strat is kinda sick. This is all the netherrack I got. Obviously, there was a lot more that burned up and got blown up, but it wasn't too bad. I think I've been doing this for about 2, maybe 3 hours at most. And that was with, you know, some breaks in between, getting some wool over here. But it really wasn't that bad. I think I went like 5 inventories of beds, maybe 6. I think my best run of beds, I got like 12 ancient debris, and the worst, I got like 3. So it was really inconsistent. But you know what? We got there. And I even got 1 whole extra scrap in there as well. But now we got full netherite gear, netherite armor, even got both of my pickaxes netherrited up. Now, all that's really left to get would be like a hoe, I guess. I haven't really used that yet, but I do know, I think that's the correct tool for like shroom lamps and nether wart blocks, right? And some other things as well, but yeah, that's pretty much the only thing left that I could get for netherite, other than like a backup set of gear. But I think that's gonna be all my netherite adventures for quite a while, which is really nice to have that done. But what that means is now that I have my fresh set of gear ready to go here, I am ready to get started on terraforming this valley. Step 1, gotta get rid of some of these houses, and then we'll get that river flowing. So guys, here is what we got. So as you guys probably saw, the first thing I did was I took this out a bit. I wanted a bit more space up here and a bit less space down here. And then we've got the river running down into the bay with these cool rapids here. I wanted to kind of make it look treacherous a bit. I don't know, for lack of a better word. I wanted to add these little like rock pillars, kind of to simulate rapids. And, you know, I was thinking maybe I could even do that little, like, glass and cobweb trick to simulate, like, foam. But I don't know if that would work on this scale, so I haven't really done that yet. But I think this adds, like, a nice feel of, like, rapids going down instead of just a little bit of flowing water. And then I also took this mountain back a bit, and I made it a bit more sharp. It's more of a cliff instead of a hill now. And the reason I did that is because what I want to do, my vision here, is that up here is going to be like normal town. Up there we'll have more buildings, but down in this area, I want to have like a little fishing or like a harbor district. So we'll have some docks here, maybe some boats sitting out in the bay, and then in this flat area here, in this flat area here, we'll have some buildings, maybe some warehouses, maybe some fisheries, you know, that sort of thing. So that is why I moved this back. I figured I would need some flat area here to build buildings, and also I think it just I think it kind of makes this house stand out a bit more to have this cliff. It's on the top, but I don't think this is done. I think it looks decent, but the main thing I think it's missing is a tree right here. This point was pretty natural. I shaped it a bit, but there was this point. Most of this stone here I actually didn't even change. You guys probably saw. So I think it'd be cool to have like an old like oak tree or something kind of leaning over the edge of the cliff here to kind of bring this together, and then maybe add a bit of like fencing or something up there just to make that feel more complete, make the house and the cliff kind of blend together. And then on top of that, I also want to have a bridge here. Now obviously this hasn't been completed, but this river is going to be flowing all the way through here, and there'll probably be like wheat fields and windmills and stuff like that over here. And the river will be cutting through that. So if I want to get to the other side, I'm gonna need a bridge, and I think the best place for a bridge is gonna be right about here. I can have the road coming this way, hooks up to a bridge, goes down here, and then we can have a road going this way, one way to go down to the harbor area, and another way to snake up to the house. So that is the plan for today. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be doing too much. I think we're pretty far into this episode at this point, but what I do want to get done is the tree up there and the bridge right here. So I'm gonna get started on that, and then I will get back to you guys. Bridge, also tree. So I got it done, guys. I felt like we probably didn't need another time lapse in this episode, so I just got it done right away. And honestly, I'm pretty happy with how both turned out. You know, I wouldn't say bridges or custom trees are really my strong suit, but I definitely think this bridge gets the job done. You know, it crosses right over. It kind of gives that effect that I wanted, where it's like the little rapids going down, and then you got the nice bridge over. I also added a bit of foliage around this area. The idea is that there's foliage like this all around the town eventually, but I kind of just did it here as a little bit of a test, and I like how it looks. This is one of those smaller, like, tree designs. I've seen this type of thing used before where there was fence and leaves, and I wanted to try that. I think it looks pretty nice as a small-scale tree. And then, you know, we got some bushes, some moss and stuff all over. And then I started a road design here as well. It's basically just a cobble road, but the idea is that maybe the cobblestones have been walked on so much they're starting to grind down into gravel. And then you've got the occasional darker patches and some dirt from people walking slightly off the road. And that'll probably be the road design for the entire city. I don't know, maybe in certain, like, heavily trafficked areas, it'll become more like a stone brick road, like the paved road almost, instead of the cobble road. But I like this design. I think it's good, and it's pretty easy to recreate, and we're gonna have a lot of roads going all over, so I think that'll be nice. So there's the bridge from another angle, and then the tree up here, you know, I'm not 100% sure. Custom trees have always been really hard for me. I actually really like it from this angle. I think this is the best angle for it right here. I have it kind of leaning off, and the roots are kind of gripping into the side of the cliff with like some of the branches and stuff in there. From this angle, it looks not as good. But it's still a tree. You can still tell it's a tree, right? And, you know, this angle, I think it improves a bit as well. I think just the front-on angle is probably the worst, but from the sides, it's pretty good. And then if you come up here, I don't think it looks bad from the back either. I also added this little cobble wall up here. The idea is that, you know, if there was going to be a yard here, which this is like the yard of this house, you probably wouldn't want to just have a straight cliff that falls, what is this, like 20 meters? That would probably kill you. So you'd want some kind of wall. So I've got this here. And then, you know, I was starting to kind of mess around with, maybe they'd have some like lawn furniture. Maybe there'd be a little pond or something out here. Pretty much all I've got is this little bench right here for now. But that's kind of the idea is I'll probably turn this into more of a lawn once I know where the road's going to be and where other buildings will be. Because obviously this type of thing is not going to stay here. Pretty much my goal with this village is replacing every single original village structure with custom, better-looking structures. Most of the village is gone by now. We've got like these 3 houses and those 4 buildings there, and I think that's all that's left from the original village. But yeah, the idea is that the entire original village is gone, and we replace it with a custom village. And I think we're really coming along with it. I think the terrain looks great. From up here, I think it looks good from down there. I think the bridge looks actually really nice. This is my first time looking at the bridge from this angle. I like it from up here. So yeah, that's it. And I think that's gonna do it for this episode. You know, we're getting pretty long, and we have gotten a lot done. You know, maybe not a lot structure-wise, but a lot. You know, in terms of terraforming, I think terraforming is kind of overlooked in a lot of builds. You know, you might see this really cool village with all these cool buildings, and you don't notice the terraforming that's got into it, but actually shaping the land and getting these land features like a river and big trees and, you know, the roads, those are just as important as the buildings, if not more important, to making a town look good and feel real, if that makes sense. So I think this was a very important step towards our town. And now I have the ability to build a dockyard down here. We could have some houses up here looking over. I can finish that little yard up there and maybe add more houses over there and begin to bring these roads throughout the whole city. So I think this is a huge step forward, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. But like I said, that's all that I have time for today. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you to The Great Bendini, Christopher Hubenstein, Inutile, Oliver, and all my other patrons for helping make this video possible.